talking of traffic jams, do you remember like back in the old days when, before all this sat-nav stuff, when all you had was maps?
Of course.
And we used to complain about the lack of information, so along came sat-navs, and we just come off of one of these where it says, you're still on the fastest route, we just added half an hour to your trip. And yeah, as you can see, it's Bank Holiday Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It is well, the last one. It's Bank Holiday Monday, which also coincides with half term, which means every man and his dog is heading down to the coast. So, needless to say, things are a little bit busy. Perhaps we should have left at 7 o'clock this morning instead of 9. What do you think?
Well, it's just chock-a-block, isn't it? Tents, caravans, motorhomes, half caravans, three-quarter caravans. Yeah, everything, you name it, is on the road, ready to go. At last, so that's if we can get into the car.
Now, do you remember this last summer? Or the summer before? I can't remember which. It was chock-a-block.
2019, Cornwall holiday at worst. I reckon it'll be chocker today as well.
Now, one thing to note on the 3 times we've been down this way already, there are 3 service stations, and this is the 3rd one. So the first 2 are normally chocker, but this one tends to have a little bit more room, especially with caravans. You can see on the right here, they've got plenty of room. And so refreshments over, toilet breaks had, and we're now on our way further on down south. Now, just to give you an idea as to what we're doing, so we're down by the Taunton area, so we've done most of our trip. But hang on a second, this blue car's coming up a bit rapidly. Thank you very much. Oh, hang on, somebody getting out. Oh, she needs a loo. Oh joy. Anyway, back to the map. Where were we? So we're going down to the Putts Corner Caravan and Motorhome Club site, where we'll be using this as a base. I want to go to Charmouth because that's back in the old days, fossil hunting and all that stuff, and then we're going to pick up some of these other places that we're going to have a look at. Well, finally it's moving and we're getting off.
Yeah, it's been a long old journey, almost 4 hours since we left home, and it's been chock-a-block. This is the clearest bit of motorway we've had. We couldn't stop for bacon sarnies, could we? Because I didn't have any.
Never mind, we're only half an hour away from the site, and we're off the motorway. This should be it, down to Bonington and Northfleet Trot. You can kiss goodbye to lanes, or dedicated lanes with lines on it and cat's eyes and things, and then slowly but surely they'll disappear into non-marked roads. In fact, the roads will then get extremely thin, and you might even catch some motorbikes that are coming up behind you, which you can see in my rear view mirror, who decide to overtake on blind corners, cross lines they're not supposed to. You know, it just, the whole thing drives you nuts, especially when you're towing. Anyway, right, so we are on the last little section between Honiton and Putts Corner. I reckon that's a couple of miles, and it's fairly easy. And then when you get to the Hare and Hounds pub, where you turn and you go down the hill to the site, which is on the right hand side of these trees. So as you can see, it's a downhill section that you're going through, so the site is on a slope going up. And now this corner coming up is interesting because it's not the road straight ahead, it's sharp right. So give yourself a bit of wide berth there. So on the right hand side here you'll see your late arrival slot, which does caravans and motorhomes, and there's a chemical waste point over there as well. So we'll just wander up to the reception here and check in. Now as for Jonas checking us in, you would have noticed that the left hand side is the lower end of the site and the right hand side is the top end of the site, but there's also a walkway that goes all the way through to the actual pub itself, which is in the reviews highly recommended for food apparently. Hey ho, how did you do that then? Now I know, so you have to beat your horn when you get near to reception. They let you through and they raise the barrier for you. And then you can carry on and have a look at the rest of the site. But we didn't actually bother, because look at this one. First pitch on the left. And would you Adam and Eve it? It's an offside reversing. It's a good job of practice, isn't it? And there's nothing wrong with getting out and just having a quick check to make sure everything's hunky-dory, you're going in the right direction, you've got the right space. Now, do you recall there was a top tip in one of our previous videos about pulling the caravan a little bit further forward to release that concertina that the head does, especially when you're pushing the caravan back and up a hill, so it's squashed really tight? I'll pop a link at the top here so you can just click on it.
Oh no, that's about to happen just over there with us.
It's been happening for 10 years, I was hoping it would get better. It never has.
We were hoping it might as well.
Okay, well, let's tell you what the plan here is. So we'll come over this side for a second. Hello Jess, you alright? Okay Jess, nice and warm. So we managed to reverse into the pitch, and as you can see, Peg is too far away, so we can shift the caravan over that way a bit. But we'll do this on the motor mover, and that will give us room then to put the awning up that side. We have found out that the satellite needs to be facing obviously in the southerly direction, which is over there. I don't know whether those trees are going to be in the way or not, but it's better than being on that side. So there we go. Jenny, you've done the motor mover. We haven't got it in the right position, but we haven't taken any care of the lock position. If you have a look down here, the little yellow lined up things are not smack in the middle of these wheels, so we need to put both of those on. So first of all, put the handbrake back on.
It's alright, the motor's still on still.
Yeah, I know, but they need to come off because wheels won't spin, will they, for them on?
Okay.
Just a little brief interlude. Just listen to the wildlife here. So obviously the handbrake's on, so we leave that on, but the motor movers are still on the actual wheels. I mean, what you can do to be super safe is just take one off. There we go. Which means that that wheel will rotate when the handbrake's off. Now the handbrake, if you take that off, the caravan's going to move, isn't it? So we need to put the steadies down.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the steady controller. So if you just put it on, turn it on, put it on to manual. Can't see.
I can't see, we need to be in shade. Oh,
Yeah, come here. And put the front ones. Okay, and then all you do is put the front ones down. And stop that. Stop. Right?
yeah.
Then what we can do is we can lift that side of the caravan up. So by pressing that one, right?
This
Which is
one?
the middle one, which will lift the side up. Go on then. Go on then. And I'll film down here, you can see it's coming down. We'll wait till it hits the floor. So it's the floor now. Now it's keep going up. Keep going. Keep going. What that's doing is releasing that wheel. Right? This, if you take this one up further, it's still not rotating. Right, that's high enough. They're now well off the ground. So now what we do is take the handbrake off. Done? Okay. Come back round this side. These will now rotate, and then we can put them in the right place. In fact, it's that high we can actually do both probably. Oh no, just got the motor mover on that one. Right. So these blocks are on, but the wheels are still high. But before we do anything on with any of this, we put the handbrake on first. Remember, we took it off to spin the wheels, so they're now done. And then what we'll do is, is that turned on? Yes, it is. What I'll do is I'll lift all the wheels up. Sorry, I'll lift all the hydraulics up. The handbrake's on, so we're not worried about it going forward. And so they're up, then it will lower this down, and they won't go anywhere. There we go, because the locks are on. And it's finished doing it, and it's saying the front is low, and so is that right hand side. So we should be able to do auto, and then it'll automatically level all this for us, so we don't have to do anything. And the motor movers are off, and the locks are on. And there we go.
Ah, there's a green light now.
Finished.
Yeah?
No, we'll wait until it's finished beeping. Let's go around and check some more to make sure it's evenly square all the way around. Oh, well there we go. We're in. I'm done. We've even got satellite. See, on the way in, and we were looking at the compass going, we want something that faces south. The reason being is so we can have TV on the satellite dish, which actually is pointing between their trees. Well, there we go. Oh, we're in. Warning up. And let's get the netting ones on. And we have the aerial up. What Virgil's come down. We can have some Jess's drink. Yes. Well, the wildlife here is absolutely fantastic, as in the sound of it's fabulous. But all that does is require me to say thank you. Please like and subscribe and ring the little bell. More next time.